So lesson 5.1 practice. We have 5.6 plus 0.08. I'm going to write them on the place value chart. 5.6 plus 0.08. I'm going to add a 0 here. When I add it, it's just going to be 5.68. If I subtract, then I can write it again, 5.6, subtract 0.08, add a 0 here. So I borrow 10 subtract 8 is 2, 5 subtract 0 is 5, and that stays as 5. So we have 5.52. You can also, when you're adding, add 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then you have 60 plus another 8. And if I'm subtracting, then I would take off 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, leaving me with 50 plus another 2. And that makes 0.52. The second question, 6.8 plus 0.15. You can use this chart, 6.8, or 6 8/10, plus 0.15. I'm going to add a 0 here so I can add the hundreds place. 0 plus 5 is 5, 8 plus 1 is 9, 6 plus 0 is 6. So this is going to be 6.95. If I subtract, then I can write 6.8, subtract 0.15. I'm going to add a 0 here. 0 subtract 5 I can't do, so I'm going to go 8 becomes 7. 10 subtract 5 is 5. 7 subtract 1 is 6, and then 6 subtract 0. So this becomes 6.65. If I use the decimal grids, if I add 15 here, I'm going to add it onto here, so I'm adding 10 plus another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I count, and that gives me 9/10 plus another 5, 95. If I'm subtracting, then I'm going to take off 15. I'm going to take off 10 and take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm left with this 5 plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 0.65. Third question, 5.3 plus 0.25. I'm going to do 5.3 plus 0.25. I'm going to add the 0, so I'm adding the hundreds first. 0 plus 5 is 5, 3 plus 2 is 5, and 5 plus 0 is 5. So 5.55. If I'm subtracting, then I'm going to have 5.3, subtract 0.25. I have to add a 0 here. 0 subtract 5 I can't do, I have to borrow. So 10 subtract 5 is 5. 2 subtract 2 is 0. 5 subtract 0 is 5. So it'd be 5.05. And you can still do this on here. You start off with 5, and then you're going to have to just add the 2500ths onto here. So you'd be adding 10, 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would give you 5.55. So 0.55.